How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we're going to talk about the Democratic Party, well, the DNC to be more exact, headed up by one Tom Perez, declining to host their 2020 presidential primary debate over on Fox News. Now, this is of no surprise to me. It's not a shocker. I'm not flabbergasted or anything like that. I expect for this to be the case. The Democratic Party does not want to have anything to do with Fox News. They want to be in more comfy places, your CNNs of the world, your NBCs, your ABCs, basically any other station on television aside from Fox News. Okay. Now, Tom Perez, like I said, who was the chair of the DNC, was the guy that floated the idea originally. Say, hey, let's have the primary debate on Fox News. I'm not really sure why he would do that. To me, that's kind of like not using your brain. If you're the head of the DNC, you know that Fox News is not going to be the place to go. You want to go over to a liberal station because that's going to make more sense. And some of your constituency in the greater Democratic Party, they're not going to like that because they don't like Fox News. Now, the reason that they gave for not going to Fox News is because of, quote unquote, improper relationships between Donald Trump and Fox News. They're trying to say it's like propaganda for Trump's administration, it's state-run media, all kind of silly things, which doesn't make any sense. We're talking about state-run media. I mean, how many people that are in the swamp in D.C. are married to or related to or friends with those on the leftist lamestream media? Okay, like, let's talk about that if you really want to get down into the weeds of the whole situation. Okay. And as far as bias towards Trump, yes, Fox News is conservative, but can you say that they're more biased towards Trump than the other stations are biased against him? Are you going to find anybody on any of those other stations that support Trump in any kind of way? I mean, any kind of way. I'm talking about your mainstream guys, your primetime Don Lemons and people like that. Are they going to defend Trump at all? I don't think so. You may have a panelist like Paris Denard, who used to be on CNN, come in there and defend Trump, but that's pretty much it. And then when he goes there, he's surrounded by like 8 other people that want to shut him down and just abuse him. So how can you say that the liberal stations are balanced at all? You go to Fox News, you have actual balance over there. You have people like your Chris Wallace's, your Brett Bayers, your Shep Smith, your Juan Williams and others that don't really all the way, align themselves with Trump. They're highly critical of him, especially Chris Wallace. He's asking these very hard questions. He's framing things in the way that a CNN would do sometimes, like especially lately. So in reality, Fox News is much more balanced in their coverage of Trump than any other station. All the other stations have negative coverage all the time. That is their key thing here. Not only do they have negative coverage of Trump, they have negative coverage of anyone that aligns themselves with Trump. When I and many other people went to the White House YBLS last year, what was that, like late October, you had MSNBC basically running a hit piece on this. Al Sharpton did a hit piece on this. I mean, it was crazy. You had white people, black people, everybody united and dogpiling on those of us that were adults and some of the kids that were in there just supporting the president and being patriotic. I've never seen anything like that on Fox News that I can recall. Okay. So when people try to say that Fox News is some kind of just super biased and, all this and that, it's not really true, especially juxtaposed next to the other actual stations that are out there on mainstream television. This is a big part of the reason why people are cutting the cord. People don't like these games that these TV networks play. They try to present themselves as being real news, as unbiased, but they're clearly biased. And it's just really too much. The Democratic Party, they just want a safe space. And they also don't want to anger any of their supporters, any of the individual constituents that support Democratic candidates who don't like Fox News. Because anytime you mention Fox News to them, it's like, you mentioned Hitler himself, but half of them probably don't even watch Fox News. And if they do watch it, a lot of times they're watching it with a biased eye that has been trained by not only the left as far as the political side, but also the left as far as the entertainment media side. And they all work together. They're all in bed with each other, literally, sometimes figuratively, related to each other, and they have improper relationships themselves. How many times do you see the leftist media support the candidate they want versus the other candidate? Okay, remember during the election between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton had twice the money, all the media support. I mean, not only from television, but from written media, your Huffington Post, Washington Post, etc., LA Times. They all were in the bag for Hillary Clinton, whether they were getting paid to do so or not. Okay. Now, the Young Turks, they didn't like Hillary Clinton, but they were in the bag for Bernie Sanders. I wonder how much they got paid. I don't know, but I digress. My point here is this. I'm not surprised that the Democratic Party does not want to have Fox News as the home of the 2020 presidential primary debates. That should have been the obvious thing from the very beginning. I don't even know why they even put that out there. Maybe they did that to try and attack Fox News, to try and attack conservatives as usual. I can't really call it, but it doesn't even really matter at the end of the day as I close, because whoever's going to be the candidate, whoever's going to be the person that comes out of the primary will lose regardless. They don't have anybody. There's no dynamic figure. There's no Barack Obama coming down from the sky in a white horse to save the day. Okay, what you got? Kamala Harris, Cory Booker, Pocahontas. These people have zero chance of winning. You got a bunch of no names in the clown car. It's like 30 people in that thing already. So once it comes down to primary time, it'll just be them fighting each other. And I personally, I'm going to get some popcorn, sit back with a nice cold drink and watch the whole thing burn down on their side, which would just help us get another 4 years in office, at least 1, 2, maybe 3 more Supreme Court justices and control of the nation for generations to come. So what do you think? Do you think that the DNC was right in not having their debate over on Fox News? Do you think they were wrong? Do you think that this was, a non-starter from the beginning? Why would the Democratic Party agree to have their debate over on Fox News? They have become the party of not wanting to work together, of divisiveness, of hateful rhetoric, of racism, of intolerance, all these things. They say the right is doing that. They say that the right are the Nazis. They say the right are the racists. They say the right are the trolls. But yet, you're looking at people like Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, whatever her name is, AOC, spewing out hateful racial epithets, anti-Semitic tropes. All these things they say we do, they're doing. It's a lot of projection going on. Maybe they don't want that to be seen on Fox News, where they may actually get a question that is not biased. They want to go to a more comfortable place. But that is pretty much all I got. So whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.